Well, maybe not that much, but doesn't it need like set screws in it? Doesn't it need a good way to level and things like that? I don't know. I've never made one before, so I'm not sure. Okay. I think we're good. Aren't the screws in the saw? No, they're exposed on this one. And I think that at least on the plans that I saw, they're selling on Etsy. You need to kind of match. I think because for like the brake clearance and stuff. It's down real quick. I think you kind of need to match the bottom pattern on this. Yeah, it's got these cutouts here. I think you have to match all of these cutouts to be able to make clearance for different things. That's the only thing that I would just need to match that design. Yo, what up, Saki? How's it going, buddy? Welcome in. Good to see ya, man. How have things been going today for you? But yeah, these have the set screws here, right? And how this attaches are these little knobs. Saki, do you have the dado insert, the dado throat plate for your saw stop? Or did you make one? The grub screws will bite into the MDF. It's just a blank insert, Saki, the one that you got. Screws are in the throat plate. I just drilled out holes and put grub screws and where they go. You know, match the bottom pattern, but that's why you see it. Yeah. I said I saw on Etsy. Saw stop throat plate insert. Let's see if I can find it. I'll show you guys what I was looking at. Oops. Not this one. Where are those plans? No, this is actual. I saw CNC plans. And I was maybe just gonna copy it because they kind of showed it, but it was only like $5. I can't find it right now. I was looking at it last night. So it's over-engineered to prevent you from DIY. I don't think. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me, Shan, maybe, but I think it's to. So whenever you raise the saw blade all the way up, it's to avoid like the arbor, the bearings where the arbor are. I think that's like that insert there. On the other side, I think you have to have a place for the for like the clamping, whatever that is, the nut and the washer. So I think that's what a lot of those cutouts are for, but I'm not 100% sure. Sounds good, no doubt. Thanks for hanging out today, buddy. Enjoy the rest of your day. If you're heading off to go stream, no doubt, then yeah, good luck with your stream tonight, bud. Thanks, Freaky. Good reason to buy a 3D printer? Well, app, I do have 3D printer, but oh, there we go. There we go, Freaky. Probably I don't know if I got a printer big enough for that, but this may be various files related to the saw stop. Nice. I'll take a look, Freaky. Maybe this is all I need. Oh, this is a way to print it maybe in multiple pieces. The top and the bottom of the insert. Nice. I'll take a look at that. Thanks, Freaky. Charm Kitty Cat, thank you for that host. Appreciate that very much. CNC for them for my DeWalt because I wanted different widths for the dado stack and $50 throat plate. Yeah. Yeah, I think the saw stop one is $60, so not great. Freaky, I don't know Be like CNC over a print. Yeah. Problem with the FDM print is it just wouldn't be very smooth and may like warp over time or something. I don't know. I could probably print it out of ABS and it would be pretty stable, but I don't know if I would trust PLA. But yeah, probably cutting it out of some MDF or something would be decent. But yeah, I don't know, Freaky, because I only use V-Carve, and I'm not sure if V-Carve can really handle. I've never really imported. I guess I have imported STLs into V-Carve. I could probably do it. Fusion would probably be more ideal, but V-Carve would probably work. Use the model to CNC it. Okay. Yeah, I've never done that before, Freaky, so I need to try. I mean, worst that could happen is I waste a little bit of MDF, right? I don't have to commit to everything right now. You have a Spire, not sure if V-Carve has the tools. Yeah. And I don't have a Spire, so I think Freaky, you probably got it in some ways, but I can't remember how much it is to upgrade from V-Carve to Aspire. $1,000 or something, I think. It's a lot. Millie, quit barking, girl. Okay, so we got all of our splines cut. If y'all are just joining, haven't seen our progress today. We have cut off the lid from the box that we glued up yesterday. And we have cut the spline grooves in the side. And are about to glue in some of these splines, these walnut splines. We can talk about Aspire. Yes, Freaky. I would like to have a discussion about Aspire with you, and aspire to get Aspire, right? But yeah, we'll see. So I don't think I taped anything up before I glued these in. I think we can just send it. I'm already gonna have to sand and touch up the outside of this, so I'll just try and be careful with the glue, and we'll just send it. Okay. Probably just use even good old tight bond 1. Hi Vince, what's up, buddy? What's up, buddy? What's up here? What's up here? What's up here? Hi. Okay. So I think let's just start gluing them up one by one. Charmed, hope you've had a good day so far. Thanks again for the host. Why do these bottles of glue have to be so hard to take the lid off? Probably because I don't take care of them very well, but okay. So let's just put a little bit of glue on each side of this, and then and put them in. Okay. So again, today's going to be the last stream of the week for me. I will be away this weekend, so we are going to be back on Monday to continue on with the boxes. We're still going to be on for a while today, so we're not going anywhere now. Just a FYI for tomorrow. So yeah, we got our 4 streams in this week, and I think made some pretty solid progress. At least we learned a little bit about sharpening with Sasaki and how to use our chisel. Then we PTO did get approved, Spenzo. The boss said it was okay, so yeah, we're gonna take a few days off. Like, I don't know. We just have to physically get away from our house if we want to not work. So every now and then it's nice to do that. So we'll be back on Monday, and hopefully this box will finish up with on Monday, and then the other box that we're gonna make later today, we'll do this. We'll do these steps. So cut off the lid, cut some spline slots, and then glue in some splines. So yeah, we don't have much PTO though. The boss doesn't like to give us too much PTO, especially later in the year. So we're trying to get all of our vacation time out now. And you know, whenever the Christmas rush comes around, we're going to be hoping for a day off. So we'll just chill for a little bit now. And then did not put enough glue on that. And then just be ready for crying in November, December. Probably is going to be a lot of crying. I do need to start thinking about some Christmas ornaments or special things that we can make, though. That is something else we need to start thinking about. Because I don't think I did much last year that was like specific for Christmas. We also weren't doing like the shop drops and stuff, so I'm not sure exactly how we'll structure it. Saying earlier that we may do a shop drop in late September and just try and sell some Halloween stuff, Tatum's favorite holiday, and probably some boxes and stuff as well then. And then probably in like November maybe we'll have another drop and release some more product in November for Christmas. Hallie Pecco, thank you for that follow. Welcome in. Nymphoboid ornaments, put me down for a few. You're gonna have to talk to Walnut about that. I don't make Nymphoboid merchandise. That's against. That's not for me. Yeah, you're gonna have to talk to Walnut about that. No, Nymphoboid needs to die. The meme has run out. Ha ha ha. It's not funny anymore. So we'll just let that one pass, and we'll get on to Nymphosaki. That's gonna be the new rage. Christmas time this year. Nymphosaki. We need to get that drawn. Yo, Colleen, more boxes. Yes. We didn't. You didn't scare us away, Colleen. We figured that we liked boxes enough to make a few more. So, how are you doing today, Colleen? Welcome in, Colleen. I had to figure it out, but Colleen, thank you so much for the dog treats. The puppies have really been enjoying them. I'll give them one here in a second. They're out here with me today because Walnut's not here right now. But yeah, thank you so much, Colleen. You spoiling the puppies, totally unexpected. We just got a big box and was like, what the heck is this big box? All of a sudden we opened it up and it was 4 giant bags of chicken meatballs, courtesy of Colleen. So yeah, thank you so much, Colleen. We also sent the letter out. I don't know if Walnut or Walnut messaged you, but we did send the letter out to the birthday girl, I believe yesterday. I think yesterday is when we sent it out, so hopefully they get that within the next couple days. Stop biting my memes, Boyd. No, Saki. This is you make memes for us, and then we turn around and use the same memes against you. See? These are much easier to fit in. You heard me earlier. I was trying to leave a little bit of room for the glue this time, and not have the splines be super tight. So these are working much better. Stop biting my memes, Boyd. Oh, Saki. Bad Mood Leather was in here earlier, and talking to her about her wall art piece, her clock. And I'm ready to see it in person. Okay, there's all the splines glued into the corners of the body. We'll put that aside, and then we will we'll do these on the lid. Hedison treats. They wouldn't let me put a note on them, but I figured you would know. Yeah, I didn't know, Colleen. I was super confused. But because I thought it was Momo or Lidar, and they both were in here and said no, it wasn't us. And then all of a sudden, well, I scanned. There's like a thank you note or like send a thank you card, which we're gonna do separate. But yeah, that's the only way I found out, because you can scan there's a little QR code, and it brings up the name. But yeah, I don't get any sort of notification or any notice that you guys are sending me something. So the only way that I could know is if I look at my Amazon wish list and I notice that something is not there anymore. But that's like the only way I can tell if you guys get something from that. So and maybe, I don't know how that works with you getting 4 of them, because I'm pretty sure there was just 1 on the list. So yeah, thanks a lot, Colleen. It's really really nice of you, really generous of you to do that. So really appreciate that. Is that a walnut top? It is a walnut top, yeah. This is so we made this one a little bit different. On the box that we made for you, we used 1/2 inch on the walls and the top. But this one that's got a really thin, that's only 1/8 inch walnut right there, only 1/8 inch material that's slotted in there. So it allows us to save a little bit of wood. We don't have like a big chunky top on there. It makes it a little bit lighter, but yeah, I mean, we can use nice woods like walnut and not have to pay for the full piece and still get that effect. So yeah, we're trying this design. This one, I think we measured it earlier. Can't remember. I think it's like 6.5 by 5.5 on the inside. And then we're gonna make another one here in just a minute. That's a little bit smaller. Can't remember the exact dimensions of it, but we wanna try a few different sizes and see which ones we like, and then go from there. Bentley and Brody made me send them. Aww. Looking out for their friends, huh? Yeah, we gave them, I think I gave them 2. Got them on Tuesday, I believe. Yeah, we gave them a couple then, a couple yesterday, so they've been enjoying them. There was a Bentley picture, I think, recently, but can't remember what he was doing. He was being goofy, though. Okay. All of the splines are in now, and this one's gonna have to sit until that glue is dry, and that'll be until next time. So all the splines in, which means we can start on that second box now. That wasn't bad at all, right? I hate Discord, 8 megabyte, not adequate file size. Yeah, Freaky, I don't know why they do that, and I feel like, yo, what's going on, Corn? Welcome in. How are you doing today, Corn? Good to see you, and welcome into the shop. Thanks for the first time chat. But yeah, Freaky, I don't know why they do that. I think I get a bigger, because I have the Nitro or whatever. I think I get a bigger file size, but it seems just like one of their scams to try to get you to have to buy Nitro, right? So yeah, it's disappointing, Freaky, for sure. That's all he does in this weather. He's just ready for the cold weather. Well, we're getting closer, Colleen. Every day that passes, we're getting closer. At least the cold weather there in your area. Texas is still like 3 or 4 months away from that, but 3 months, I guess. But yeah, if you're just joining, Corn, we are making boxes recently. We have been making boxes recently, and yesterday we glued this one up. Today we cut off the lid and cut these little channels in the corners to put in splines. Those are walnut to match the walnut top and the bottom. And then we've got some cherry on the outside. So that's where we'll leave it for now. We'll let that glue set up and then come back and trim those splines. And I mean, we could have made those a lot smaller, right? Could have probably taken another 1/4 inch off and been pretty safe. Corn, thank you for that follow. I do appreciate that very much. Thank you. POW's here. What's up, POW? Blacksmith Pop, how are you guys doing? Welcome in. Welcome, welcome. POW, I think you saw that you were going to be streaming soon. That's exciting. Blacksmith Pop, good to see you as well, bud. Thank you for the host, POW. Doing good. Nice, Corn. Nice, nice. I find when I upload from my phone, it automatically adjusts the size down. Oh, really? Interesting, Colleen. Kind of like whenever you send a video over text message or whatever. Might have been a setting on mobile. I would have to send 23 messages to finish talking to you. Oh my goodness, Freaky. Yeah, it's all right. We'll figure it out. Thanks for trying though, Freaky. I don't know. I guess we could do email maybe, but maybe more difficult. But we will figure it out, Freaky. That's stupid. Stupid, you gotta do that. So yeah, let's let this one sit off to the side. Again, that's going to be similar to what we have in the bottom left-hand corner here. But we want to make a smaller box now. So the first box that we made was pretty large. If y'all did not see how that one turned out, this is how our first one looked whenever we finished up with it. And it went to Colleen's family, so here was that box, the first one that we made. We laser engraved the top of it. It was all cherry with some walnut splines. So that was the laser engraving on the top. Sorry. What's going on? And then you can see the rest of the box as we play the video. So that was a pretty large box. That was meant to hold letters or some birthday cards. So that's what that one was meant to hold. So we made it pretty big. But we want to make some smaller kind of jewelry or just general box, just general size boxes that maybe aren't so big. So we're going to go to a different design now, a little bit smaller. I'll remind you on Monday. Okay. Yeah, for sure, Freaky. Let me write that down. Freaky Aspire. Got it. How does that Type Bond taste? I wouldn't know, Huntress. You'll have to ask your husband. He is the resident Type Bond tester. Have I ever attempted to infill an engraving with paint? Yeah, for sure, 1010. Normally we do it with resin though. Normally, yeah, like Colleen would say, normally we just fill it in with resin and then sand it back down. So yeah, that's normally what we do. Either with we'll use a V-bit on the CNC machine and carve out something. Or we'll use the laser if we need to go that route. But yeah, typically it's nice to have resin in there. It makes a nice flat surface. But yeah, you can color in. I mean, 1010, that's how we make our coins, right? Or that's how we make all these magnets. These magnets are all lasered with masking tape on there and then filled in with paint. Except for the Team Walnut, that's just natural lasering. But all of those are filled in with paint. Maybe, Corn. I mean, I try to hang out as many makers and crafters streams as possible, but I don't know which streams you frequent, but Moko or I don't even know. I try to be in as many as possible whenever I'm not streaming myself, but possibly, Corn. Possibly. I've been streaming and around for about 2 years at this point, so I try to make it around as much as possible. Tom, sup? Got internet back? Yeah, after 5 hours on the phone with Crapcast to no avail Saturday. I sat with my brother on the phone for an hour, now it works? Nice. Well, sorry to hear about your problems, Tom, but I'm glad you at least got internet back. Yeah, and welcome. We just made some progress on this box here and cut the lid off, put some splines in. We're just letting that set up right now, so I do want to come back and try and clean up some of that glue. I probably went a little bit ham with the glue, but okay. But yeah, did that and gonna start on another box design now. What makes resin better? Does it level better? It's just more permanent, 1010. And you can engrave something and then fill it with resin and then come back and flatten it out, and it just makes that text very permanent, and it makes it flush with the surface, right? In that case, it didn't really matter. But if you're making like a catch-all tray or if you're making something that's going to get used, inevitably, like in the laser engraving, it's just going to get like a bunch of dirt and dust and stuff. And if you like wash it, the laser marks could come off. So resin is just more permanent. And again, in my opinion, makes adding color a little bit better, a little bit easier, or not easier necessarily, but a little, yeah, permanent and a little more smooth finish. About the end result looking for each method has, yeah, exactly like what LiDAR said too. He said we obviously wouldn't resin these little magnets. That's just going to be painted, but yeah, if we were going to do something in wood, typically we'll resin in the engraving. I'm just seeing Anchor Albatross in your gifts. Oh, nice, Corn. Yeah, I'm in Anchor Albatross. She normally streams after me, and I'll have her on. And yeah, Corn, I actually got a little Anchored Albatross piece here. A little lamp from Albatross's stream, her shop drop that she did a couple weeks ago. So, yep, I actually got a little piece of Anchored Albatross's work right here. But nice, Corn. Welcome in. If this is your first time to my shop, good to see you. And yeah, welcome in here. Do a lot of woodworking. We do some resin work and things like that. But yeah, recently we've been making some boxes and trying to figure out how to put some boxes together that are nice and maybe we can make a few of them to sell in the future. But yeah, this is my full-time job. I stream at least 4 or 5 times a week, typically during the day. I'll start at about 3 p.m. Central. And yeah, just kind of hang out here for a while. Try to make some stuff and just hang out with you guys in the community. So that's what we do. It's really straws, old straws. You run over to the corner and scoops out the glue from the joint. Ah, that's a good point, Tom. And we don't actually have any plastic straws though. Got some really small ones, like some little coffee stirrer straws, but I don't know if we actually have any normal straws. But I think I have seen that method before. I need to get some straws. I think she has changed up her planning. She now starts at 2 a.m. for you. Yeah, I know she used to have like an earlier stream, but I think she's just made it to where she's later in the evening now. Yeah, she's also in Texas, Corn. I am as well, so we're in the same time zone. But yeah, I think she normally streams a little bit later now, right? So we are going to try and do something that I'm not very good at, but Walnut has been encouraging me to try, and that is documenting our process and yeah, trying to make some instructions for how to make these boxes and other things that we do. And that way, if we step away from a project and come back to it, that we can try to pick up where we left off. So LiDAR says yay. LiDAR's been waiting for this moment. So here we go. Here are some instructions. I don't know why everything is highlighted. We're using stupid Google Sheets, and I don't know if like he has it highlighted or what's going on, but whatever. We'll be able to manage. But oh, Squeakers wants to read some instructions. All right, here we go, Squeaks. But yeah, that's the plan that we're gonna try and do. So I'm gonna try to use those notes. Walnut also made me a binder here. Oh, I think the pups actually need some treats real quick. Colleen, I'm assuming Colleen is still here. The pups need some treats. I don't have a great camera for that today, so let's just give them some treats back here. And from Brody and Bentley. Don't worry, it's definitely not breakable, right? What's in this box? Oh no, it's not breakable. Well, it's so strong. So strong. All right. Pizza, BRB. Dang, I want pizza. Paper straws work. I just saw a few months ago on some YouTube channel. Trident really does work. Nice. Glue sides up the inside, a straw. Like using a scraper. Yeah, exactly. Doesn't spread the glue and it doesn't mar the surface, right? All right, here are our pups back here. You can see Vince. Vince over here and Millie. You gotta sit up, Millie. Stay. But chat. Yeah, Charm Kitty Cat knows. Charm Kitty Cat knows the secret word that you guys have to say for these poor puppies to be able to get their treats. Chat. Yeah, do you guys not have a heart? Are there no hearts out there for these poor puppies, just seeing them sit here and suffer? They're just waiting for their treats. They're probably drooling at this point. Okay. All right, there we go. There we go. Good puppies. Good puppies. And again, thanks to Colleen and her puppies for sending a lot of chicken meatballs our way. So there we go. See that? No doubt. The chat doesn't even have a heart. They just don't even want to see these puppies get treats. So mean, chat. You stream long times. I once watched her stream before going to bed, and she was still on when I woke up. Yep. Yeah. It's taxing. Streaming is definitely it's difficult. There's no doubt about it. So yeah, I typically stream anywhere from like 3 to 6 hours. It depends on what we're doing on the day, but normally try and stick to about 4 or 5. Password is bite that finger off. Yeah, they probably should. I probably would deserve it. No doubt. Unacceptable. Unacceptable how we just have to make these puppies wait so long. So there's the structure that we're going to try and follow, the procedure. Kind of talked about it last night. So the box that we're going to make today, the dimensions overall are going to be 7 by 4 by 3.75. So again, that's a little bit smaller than the box that we were just working on. So that makes the front and the back walls 7 by 3.75. The side wall is 4 by 3.75. And the lid 6.5 by 3.5. So looks like we need to rip everything down to 3.75 and then cut our sidewalls. So let's do that. And again, this box I'm going to make, I think we'll make it walnut and maple. I think that'll be a nice design. So we'll do walnut, 1/2 inch walnut for the sides. I'm probably going to get some 3/8 inch wood, but I just don't have a great way. I don't want to waste the wood. And since we already have 1/2 inch, we'll just use what we have for now. But probably ideally in the future, we'll probably get that down to 3/8. And then we'll use our 1/8 inch maple for the top and the bottom and just kind of make little grooves to slide that in. So that's going to be the plan. Don't cut up walnut. Oh, we're cutting walnut into small, tiny pieces, GG. We're going to make walnut into a box. She's going to make a nice box too. Love the vibe in here, man. I'm just going to be lurking while trying to fall asleep. Oh, no. Sorry about that, Corn. Well, do appreciate you hanging out and stopping by. So, yeah, take care of yourself. And I hope I hope you start feeling better. So yeah, I don't think there's anything to do other than just get it going. You know what I'm saying? Cross, don't worry. I've got really sharp saw blades, so it's just gonna go right through. Walnut won't even notice it. It's just gonna slice straight through. Mr. Beefy! Resubbing for 3 months. Heck yeah, Mr. Beefy. How we doing today, bud? Welcome in, Mr. Beefy. Thank you so much for that resub. How are we doing today? Everything good in your world? Having a good Thursday so far? We are Boyd's Box Bonanza. I don't know if Outback is still here, but I hope Outback didn't trademark that. We got some bits coming in. We got some bits from Gigi. What's up, Gigi? Thank you for the 10 bits. So this is 4 inch. I'm pretty sure it's about 4 inches, right? No cries. Oh, wait, G, not my step nut. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever had an ear infection, but they sound miserable. Can't they like mess up your balance and like completely throw off your like your what's that called? Your sense of balance? What's that called? You guys know what I'm talking about. Oh yeah, we can just use the gripper and just push it straight through. All right, cool. You guys ready? Let's let me go adjust my dust collector real quick. You stay here, OBS bot. Stay there, I'll be right back. Don't be following me over here. Forbidden territory back here. Okay. Equilibrium, thank you guys, thank you. And I'm not very smart. I need to get smart. Anybody know how to get smart? All right, I just want to true up one edge. I just want to rip one side down, and then we'll flip it over and run it through at the correct dimension. So, 20 Angie GG? No. All right, GG. I told you. We got sharp blades, and I'm gonna handle walnut very caringly. Don't worry. Look, we're just taking a little off the end. Oh, I'm not using my rip. We're gonna have to switch out the blades after this. Not using my rip blade. I also did not turn on my dust collector. I got smart once, it didn't last long. Nice, Corn. Yeah, take care of yourself. Let's turn this off. Put our other blade in. You guys make sure I'm following these instructions over here. Rip the height of the walls. Oh yeah, I was going to show you guys too. Walnut made me a nice book. You want to see the nice book? GG funeral, exclamation mark funeral. No, it's fine. It's fine. Blue Moon, how are we doing today, Blue? Welcome in. How's your Thursday been, Blue? So we've got the instructions here. We also have some handouts from Sasaki, right? Handouts that we went over. Oh, you guys can't really see, but we're gonna try and Sasaki, I don't know if you're here right now, but aren't you proud of Walnut for helping me make this? I know, Blue. It's all credit to me, clearly. I did all of this work, so thank you. I will take full credit for this, so appreciate that very much, Blue. Dead RIP. Wood recipes. Yes. It's how to mix up your own batch of wood. Rip cut height of walls, rip cut width of the lid in the bottom, right? Make 1/8 wide channels for the lid in the bottom. All right. So you guys see the instructions over there. Don't let me get off target. So right now we're about to change the saw blade. That should probably be step number 1. Put in the correct saw blade. I used to have several of those when I was wrenching. Nice. Yeah, I need to get better about it because we jump around on projects so much. And I know a lot of y'all have seen this, that sometimes, like, if we were to go back and make a segmented travel mug right now, I have a pretty good idea of how to do that, but I don't know a lot of, like, the nuances and maybe a lot of those things that we struggled with, those little steps, I've kind of forgotten about, right? So, that's going to be the idea of this, so been a lot of y'all pushing for this for a while, but sorry that I haven't listened. We're trying, all right? We're trying to turn over a new leaf around here. The new Boyd. The new day. I know it was all Saki and Walnut, but I'm still proud of you for using it. Thank you, Blue. Thank you. If Walnut didn't threaten me so much for not using it, then I probably wouldn't, but she said use these instructions or else in her serious voice, Blue, so all joking aside, you should flag what blade you need for this operation. Yes, for sure, I should, LiDAR, because we need to use our new ripping 24 tooth saw blade that Momo Crafting gave to us, courtesy of Momo Crafting, and she bought it off of our Amazon wish list. Right? So, yeah, thank you guys who have purchased something off the wish list. We were talking about got a dado blade, but I don't have a couple of the other key components to make it work, so talking a little bit about making our own throat plate, but we'll see if we actually do that or not. But yeah, thank you, LiDAR. That's where the wood glows, not the fingers. No, you, Jack. No, you. How's it going today, Jack? How you doing, buddy? Everyone thought I was nuts, but I fixed all the crap they couldn't. I mean, freefall. There's like definitely a lot to say about documented procedures, and actually reading the documented procedures, right? And like I'm definitely really bad at that. But yeah. Whenever I used to work in a manufacturing facility, definitely um definitely we had SOPs, and it was really important to follow those. It was the same thing, right? Maybe one person had some information and would do things their way and would do it right, but unless that was written down, there was um, no way that other people were going to know, right? Everybody was just making the same mistakes. Ripping saw blade. Step number 1. All right. See, we're editing the instructions too. See, Blue? In her serious voice, that's scary. I know. That's real scary. That's why I have to listen today. Argued with the tax man, hoping I won. Damn it, though, Jack. That does not sound like fun. I've only, well, I don't know. I think like whenever I went from being a student to an engineer, they wanted to audit me, but I don't think they actually did anything. So I haven't had to like directly deal with tax people, and now I have a CPA, so now I can just defer all questions to them. Which side did I just rip? I think it was that side. So let's move this over to 3.75, right? 3.75. We are doing another box, Blue. I just made some progress on this other box here, the one that we were working on yesterday. We glued it all up yesterday, right? And then today I cut off the lid. And then we cut little grooves in the side to install the splines. So we just glued in the splines right before you joined us. So that's the progress that we've made so far on that box. But yeah, we're about to make another one. This one's going to be a little bit smaller. This will be like kind of a jewelry size box. Oh, I also, guys, I ordered headphones today. I found some that I liked. So like, I don't know, with this new microphone that I've got, it goes over my ear. So with the IsoTunes Pro 2 or whatever, they also go over the ear, and I just thought that was going to be like way too much going on. So I really wanted some like this that just go directly in your ear. So the IsoTunes Extra 2.0 were available, but on Amazon and locally, they only sold the old iTunes or IsoPro IsoTunes Extra, the 1.0, and it only has like up to an 8-hour battery life. The 2.0 has up to an 11-hour battery life, but it just wasn't available on Amazon or anything. So I just went ahead and ordered it. I had a 20% off coupon, so I think it brought it down to like $67 or something for the IsoTunes. So yeah, these have been the same ones I've been wearing for 2 years. The left ear now does not work at all. I'm pretty sure the right ear is barely hanging on. So there's safety instructions included with the notebook on each box or lamp or other items. Not really, Charn. Well, these are the first instructions that we have that we've actually produced. So, yeah, I mean, we need to make sure that we include any like special safety items whenever they're relevant, but not specifically currently. But that is a good reminder to note anything like that's super dangerous or kind of sketchy, right? How to do some of that stuff. I'm not allowed in the state of Nebraska. Yeah, I've heard about that story, Jack. And they're trying to say my house is worth way more than it is. Damn it, though. Man, that's what they're doing to us too, Jack. And I don't know about in your state, but in Texas, they can just like keep raising your property taxes, year after year based on what the perceived value is. So, yeah, we started out with like one monthly payment, and every month has just gone up because the value of our house has gone up so much. And there is like a cap on how much they can take away, but Which side did I just rip down? Damn it, though. Well, I guess if both sides are pretty square, then it doesn't matter. Don't hate me, but I've retired commercial and residential appraiser with the assessor's office. Oh no, it's all right, App State. You were just doing your job, right? It's fine. Assumed you were you and the Corn King. What? They want more tax money. Only way you can win is if you sell your house. Yeah. You some bitch. Free fall. That's Chevy. Oh my goodness. You definitely made your money's worth out of those earbuds. Yes, yes, Mouse. And like they weren't even new whenever I bought them. I got them on sale. Like my old company had them on sale. So yeah. Oh man, ripping with this blade is so much better. But yes, Mouse, they have had their time. No longer needed. All right. We got that down to 3.75. This is our target. No, thanks, Charmed. And I am definitely worried about my safety too. So, you know, we just try and do our best. But I don't know. See, the other thing about SOPs and about all this stuff is I disagreed with my last company in a lot of ways because they wanted like every single little detail, like walk over to the saw, pick up the handle on the fence, move the saw blade, move the fence over, lock the saw down, push the red handle. I mean, okay, like that's the kind of instructions that should be in there. They wanted it so like somebody could literally come in off the street, and at the end of whenever they were hiring contractors, that's literally who was doing the maintenance on our equipment, is people who just came in off the streets with no experience. I try to write my SOPs and procedures with the understanding that a base level of knowledge has been attained, and you understand how to use the equipment properly, and all of that. So, because in my opinion, if something is too wordy, then it's just as bad because nobody is going to read it anyway. If you have a document that's 100 pages long, in a way, right? Lid size is 3.5, so we need to rip it a little bit smaller. Okay. What performance reviews and TPS reports? Yes, that is next, Tintin. Absolutely. I need to keep a Twitch personality notebook. It's tough, Free Fall. It's tough to keep up with everybody, especially with how long we've been around, right? There's a notebook in there, so this is yes, Blue. This is we're breaching new waters here, Blue. Never been done before on this stream. This is kind of unfortunate. This is like at a really bad spot for the gripper. Like just wide enough to hit it on both ways. I mean, we can just probably use a push stick, right? This is not a sketchy cut. I think we can just push stick this thing through. It'll be fine, right? That's step number 2, right? You guys didn't even ask if that was in the instructions. Y'all just assumed. Come on. Guys, we got to read the instructions. What's step number 3 there? Rip cut width of lid and bottom. That's what we're about to do. Those are military instructions, so the dumb monkeys can do it. That's what I'm saying, Lidar. Like, man, I don't want those people working on my machines. If they don't know how to like log into the equipment and like navigate the user interface on a very basic level, I don't want those people working on my machines. I'll just come in there. I'll do the work. Oh shit. This is not like being cut. Like very thin maple. This is kind of sketch. I don't like this. Okay, we made it. But definitely did not like that cut. I don't think that blade likes 1/8" maple. Then stuff like this, I couldn't use the gripper like the gripper. Unfortunately, it looks like at 3.5 inches. Look how it goes right into the saw blade on the edge there. Mine just says step 1, do it right. Step 2, don't do it wrong. See, Jack, that's the kind of instructions I want to make too. Yeah, for sure, Charmed. Who knows, Charmed? Maybe one day we'll have employees, you know? Maybe like in 10 years, we'll have a shop like Wormwood Gaming, and then all of these procedures will be we'll come in use then, right? Maybe one day, Charmed. We'll have a we'll have a big we'll have a big oh, does it need to be against the fence? I guess. It just yeah. I guess that would be the way to do it. Yeah, you guys right. It's just nicer when it's up against the fence because you have something solid to push against. Outback, I don't know where you left, but you haven't missed too much, bud. All we did was glue in some splines on this box. We started talking that we've got a new procedure that Walnut and I wrote out last night. We're going to try to document our procedure and follow that procedure and test it today. But no, we're not making fun of your notes, Walnut. We're not making fun of them. I said you told me I have to use them, and we're using them, all right? I wasn't yet, but I planned on it, right? At my company, we write manuals for the military, and it's endless arguments over the level of detail. Right. I've heard arguments if the instructions say 1, insert the CD, versus 1, press the eject button to open the tray. Exactly, 1010. Like, that's the kind of stuff that we would argue with too. And like, inevitably, when something would go wrong, they would go back and point at the instructions. And sometimes they were right. Sometimes there was too much assumed that you would know. Like, if you say, okay, go back there and remove the filter. Okay, well, yeah, you had to like unscrew the VCR connection. You had to put a new VCR in. You had to tighten it up. Like, all those little things. There's it's a fine balance for sure on how to handle all of that. So not at all. I'm happier, mate. Yeah, LiDAR. I think that was the first time I ever saw LiDAR do the yay, the cheer channel point redeem. I think that was the first ever time LiDAR was happy on the channel. So it only took 2 years, Walnut, but we finally did it. We finally made the robot happy. Oh, at previous job, Charmed? Basically, the instructions right there at work, your other employees could do. Yeah, I mean, but still, Charmed, like, I feel like if you didn't have experience, like if you had never done that procedure before, it's not safe. Either way, it's not safe for you to do it by yourself. But the thing was, like, that was just for standard procedure, right? Then something would break that had never broken before, and then they were perfectly okay with like sending me in to like troubleshoot and then make up my own procedures and stuff. And then I would have to leave a pass down for night shift and try to like make up a whole list of procedures to fill in them for like the next 12 hours. And they were perfectly fine with me just like typing things in and expecting people to do that right. But I don't know. I just there's a lot of nuance to this, but we went from a company that was very skilled, had a lot of very skilled engineers and technicians, to them wanting to cut costs and all of a sudden hiring contractors so they didn't have to pay insurance and things like that, and screwing up the whole company to just try and save a few dollars. So that was my rift with them. Okay, we did step number 2. Step number 3, and actually, well, the steps aren't going to match over here because we added in step number 1, but make 1/8" wide channels for the lid and the bottom, 1/8 of an inch from each end, and a greater than 1/4 inch deep. Do the first cut on both ends, then use a test piece to get the correct fit for an 1/8" board. Run the second pass. Yes. So Basically, we're going to make the channels now for our lid and our bottom. I have fun stories about not following TIs. I mean, sometimes Jack, it was good. Other times, probably backfired. Have to have the warning to not eat the crayons for Marines. Oh my goodness. So we're still going to use our rip cutting blade. We're going to move the fence to about 1/8 of an inch. That is 1/8 of an inch there. Before we do that, we need to check our height. And actually, I got this. I think this is mainly meant for router bits, but it is both to help set the fence length and the height of the router bit. But I think I can use it for my table saw too. If I just lock this in at about, where do you measure from? The end there, maybe? We just lock this in at about 32nd of an inch above 1/4. And then if we try to come here, and measure that, the only problem with the table saw versus the router bit is you kind of have to find where the tooth is at the highest point and go from there, right? Somewhere like there. Do a little test cut. I used many years ago when CDs were extremely uncommon. Yeah, and that happens sometimes too, Tintin, is that the people doing the work know the machines better than the people charged with writing the SOP or whatever, right? And that causes problems. People just start avoiding the SOP because they know how to do it better. Like it's the worst case, right? All right, 1/8 of an inch. What kind of little scraps do I have? Scraps? Scraps? What do we got over here? Use this one, I think. With all the items you make, it doesn't hurt that the procedure's written down, so when you come back. Yeah, absolutely, Charm. That's what we're looking for here, so. Absolutely, that's what we want to do. Let's grip her. Let's grip her and see what happens. Still a diehard mark and test cut fan, safe and accurate. I guess just to like get in the ballpark, I like little like I don't know, helpful devices, but I'm still not gonna trust that only for the final piece. I still want to make some test cuts. So that's the groove that we made. Let's check it out. We want to be about 1/8 of an inch from the top. That should just be from the fence, right? We're a little over 1/8, but it's okay. And then the depth, we want that depth to be about a little over 1/4 of an inch, and it is pretty much 0.3, which is good. So, yeah, I think we're good to go. So I want to make this cut on all of the pieces, running down the length of the full board here, because it's going to be on both the top and the bottom. So I want to run this down the length of both the boards and give us grooves all the way down. And then I want to slowly widen the gap until it fits our maple piece. Process feedback is to tell the tech writers to modify the SOP. Yes, Mecca. That's what should happen. If you're at a responsible company that has like good communication and good good teamwork and stuff. Yeah, that was not really the priority at my location. So you can see that the maple doesn't quite fit with a single saw blade pass, but we're gonna move the fence and widen that out a little bit. Boyd, you are the jig. We saw how well that works out, huh, Saki? Gripper and Ripper. Yeah, it is frustrating, Mech. It's frustrating when you come in like as a new employee and you're all gung-ho and you're like, man, we can do this, we can do all this stuff, and then people look at you like, nah, that's not how it works around here, bud. You gotta slow your roll. I think I want to do this with 2 paddles. Maybe put pressure right above where the saw blade is cutting. That's a good process there to make sure it's getting pushed down all the way. Okay. Okay, so we got our 2 grooves. Now what I want to do is just move it over slightly. Try and be very careful not to do it too much. Let's run our scrap piece through, and let's see if the piece fits. All right, thanks for the hydrate. Nope, still too tight. Marty, thank you for that follow and welcome in. Move it over a little more. The hydrate pink. You guys like this table saw view better today? Like it when it's just not my back to the screen all day? Yeah, I like the back cam. All right, it fits. It fits there, right? I could arguably make it a little looser. I think it's fine. It's got enough space. You like twerk cam better? Okay. Yeah, I figured that would be your answer, Saki. Damn it. Pan Juggler, what's going on, Pan? Welcome in. Oh, can I give you a... Oh, I can't quite reach. I don't want to reach over the moving table saw, but thank you, Pan. How are you doing today, Pan? Welcome in. You may have been here for a minute, but good to see you, Pan. All right. Make sure that fits. Hey, I said make sure that fits. Maybe this maple is just a little warped. That's good. Good. Yeah, that's got plenty of space. All right. Let's do this side. We'll be good. All right. Okay. So that's good. That step, what step is that? Saki, did you see my notebook that Walnut made me? You got a shout out on there too. I don't think we asked permission to use your logo and your likeness, but well, there you go. We got procedure for today's activities with the box. Right. We got notes on how to cut different grain direction with our chisel. We got chisel sharpening techniques. I think she printed out all of the handouts. We've got everything in here, so we're just waiting. We're just waiting on the next lesson, Saki. I'm gonna take notes the next time I sharpen, which will probably be on Monday. I'm gonna take notes on my sharpening again. I should have been doing it the other day, but I remember everything. I had such a photographic memory that I know that's not going to be an issue. But yes. Where's Momo? I know. She would be so proud. Walnut gets a gold star. Boyd gets a bowl of warm fruit. Ew. I don't know. Momo is lurking. I don't know if she's streaming or what she's doing. Sue the pants off of them. Well, joke's on you, Tintin. Okay, I guess we got some equipment, but we don't have any extra money, so we'll just lay down. We're just going to go straight to bankruptcy. Just lay down. What's the next step, though, guys? What's the next step? We just did step 4. What is step number 5? Cross-cut front and sidewall. So we'll just go ahead and be good here, just like we did before. Oops. We'll change to cross-cut saw blade. And well, of course, we don't have a cross-cut blade. Oh, wait, what is that? Oh, sorry. We don't have a cross-cut blade, but we do have a combination blade, which is at least better than our rip blade. So let's do that. Should wear white gloves turning those pages? Get real fancy with it. I feel like I need white gloves and one of those really long, like, cigarette extenders where they, like, you know, they smoke with like the 12-inch piece of plastic and then it's got the little cigarette at the end. I think that's what I need. Bananas are good warm. When all made in banana bread, that may be like the one exception is bananas. Like, I like bananas Foster, and I do like banana bread, but every other warm fruit, absolutely not. I don't want anything to do with it. Get it out of my face. Get it back to its cold and natural. Why would you do something so unnatural like cooking fruit whenever you can just enjoy it fresh off the vine, fresh off the tree? You can just enjoy it so much more. And just get like that nice crispy texture, just so nice to just enjoy the fruit as nature intended it to be. Oh, fuck. Not warm and melted and gooey, disgusting. No. We don't need any of that. And Boyd doesn't wear pants. I don't. That's why I have to wear this apron, or else I would just have nothing on under here. So you're right. Cruella de Vil gloves and a cigarette. Yes, that's exactly what I'm thinking too. Oh my goodness. Man, these bearings are a little warm. Some very anti-warm fruit here. That should be a banned phrase. There's a lot of people in this community who have phrases like Hicks, Texas with the little T, Texas. I don't know if that automatically gets you banned or timed out, or if he manually does it. But that either way, it's an instant timeout no matter who you are, I think. Hank Bud, you're not allowed to say curly maple. You can only say figured maple. And I'm pretty sure that'll also get you timed out. So I'm just going to go ahead and copy that trend, I think, and just go ahead and make warm fruit. Do we need to ban anything else? There's probably some other words we need to ban in here. Big Blue Bone. Thank you so much for that follow and welcome in today. Y'all are just joining, guys, who are not familiar with the channel. I do a lot of woodworking and a little bit with resin and stuff too, but a lot of times you'll find me on my lathe, but recently we have been making some boxes, so that's what we're doing right now. Kind of going to try and make a small jewelry box, so it'll be made out of this walnut with some maple accents. So that's what we got going on. Pow! Pow! What up, pal? Yay, boxes, pal. We're stepping out of our comfort zone a little bit, buddy. And trying to get into some different kind of woodworking, pal. So how you doing, bud? How dare no you, Saki. Have you not had a wild strawberry picked from the vine, warm from the Oh, Mouse, now that's something different. I have grown strawberries before, but what my memory like that is my parents used to have like the most lush blackberry bushes in their backyard. Like the whole back fence was just covered in blackberries. And they would grow huge, like giant. Unfortunately, the neighbor who was a little bit older, not really, maybe not all there, went around and was spraying Roundup and completely killed them all one year. But yes, obviously in Texas it gets very warm, and yes, that's perfectly fine because it still hasn't been heated above that temperature where it makes it gooey and loses all its structural integrity, Mouse. So that's perfectly fine. The whole just natural heating, but unnatural heating in the oven is not acceptable. That should be a felony. Back in the shop, finally going to do some off-stream work to cut up some leather. Nice, pal. Yeah, dude, I know. Well, I know I think you've been working on your own like home shop too, right, pal? If I'm not mistaken. So, I hope that adventure's still going well, also. So, yeah, I hope you've been well, buddy. Good to see you. Yeah, free fall. I was so sad. I was serious. Like they were just the best freaking blackberries ever. So, I was really sad whenever that happened. All right, we're following our instructions, right, guys? Change to the crosscut blade. That is what step number 5 says right there. Number 6 is crosscut front and sidewalls. Leave room for miter cuts, about 1/4 of an inch. And we're going to talk about that a little bit, but I want to try to decrease that amount as much as possible to get our grain match better, but I think we'll just do that today. Alternate front and sidewalls so you have continuous grain. Right. Stop to label each wall corner of on the exterior of the box. Okay. So we'll focus on the walls right now. No new shop yet. Oh, probably move in October. I see, pal. Well, yeah, I'm sure you're super excited about that. That whole house moving procedure is a journey, but I'm sure you're excited to finally get settled into a place and yeah, have your own space. Hope you gave that neighbor a good shellacking. I mean, it really wasn't my business. I think I was already moved out of the house at that point, so I don't know. I think like our parents were saying, I think he maybe was older and just just trying to do something good by cleaning up some weeds, I guess, out there, and well, just ended up spraying a little too close to those. So very unfortunate. I have a huge blackberry bush right outside of my front door. All of August, I have free breakfast. Dang it. Those fresh blackberries are so good. So good. Killed over 100 Japanese beetles on our apple tree today. What? I'm getting ready to go full chemical warfare? Dang, that's brutal free fall. Yeah, infestations like that are rough. Yeah, I'm battling some like little, what are they called? I don't know if Huntress is here or not, but something sharpshooters. They're called like sharpshooters, but they're little bitty bugs that like to live on citrus leaves, and yeah, I've been battling those for a while. I just have to use neem oil though to get them off. All right, 7 inches, 4 inches. The front and back walls are going to be 7 inches wide. Side walls are going to be 4 inches. So I need to move this to 9 1/4, right? Because we need to oversize by 1/4 of an inch. We need to, and we need to have 2 inches extra for our stop block here, right? So we're at 9 1/4 right now. I want to make that cut, and that cut is going to land us somewhere around 7 inches, right? 7.25, correct. Old and confused, I understand. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, what can you do? I wish there was some way to have the blackberry bushes back, but yeah, sometimes you just got to take your L's. I just bought blackberries, strawberries, golden kiwis, and dragon fruit. Oh man, Colleen, golden kiwis. I love golden kiwis. Like, I wish they weren't so expensive, but we actually bought some the last time we went to the store. I've got some in the house. Those are one of my favorite fruits for sure, and something that we didn't figure out until recently. I tried neem oil. They seem to enjoy it. They just fed off of it. They're like, oh, thanks for the snack. I have to get on Dev. She was saying she needs to get my points back. Yeah, I'm sure she's feeling real bad about all those points to put her in the lead in front of Dare, Colleen. I'm sure she's just dying to give you those points back. So front, side, back, side is the order we're going to cut these in. So 7-inch, 4-inch, 7-inch, 4-inch. What we're going for here. All right. I think we're ready to go. So we'll just make one cut, and then we'll stop the saw, move the fence in a little bit, make another cut, and keep repeating that. One day we'll have an actual sled. Come on, man. Boot up. All right, here we go. First sidewall. Okay. We need to move this into 6.25. Yep, 6.25. Correct? Yep. Then 9.25. Go back to our back wall. Where having a sled would really come in handy, but gotta send it. All right, so we have our four pieces. Now the next step, if you guys are following along in the instructions, we're on step number 7 there. And what does that say? It says the stop to label each wall corner on the exterior, AA, BB, CC, DD, and that's going to help us with our grain matching and stuff like that. So let's flip these over. All of that grain does match. So we'll just start over here. AA, BB, CC, and then D, D. Okay. So you can see how the board, the grain is all flowing in one direction. We want to try to wrap that box. Whenever we make the box, we want the box to kind of have that same like wrapped grain look. So now we're going to try to cut these to the proper angle. I mean, proper dimensions. So we're going to miter them at 45 degrees. So let's raise up the saw blade. We can put on our angle gauge, but I'm pretty confident at this point that whenever I go all the way over, we do go to 45 degrees. Maybe. Where's my angle gauge? Oh, there it is. Thanks for the hydrate, mouse. We'll put this on here. 0 it. And we'll angle all the way over. That's technically, I don't know if that's right. Really, we should probably be zeroing it off the board, right? Oh, and that says 90. That's good. We'll angle this now. Till we hit 45. I don't know. We've kind of been talking about it. I know Nine Woods mentioned it before that you can like do it to an angle other than 45 degrees and maybe have a better chance of making your corners meet and stuff, but I haven't experimented with that yet, so. And that's not in our procedure. And we're only following the procedure today, right, guys? Procedure only. What's the next step in the procedure? I just marked the corners. I stopped and marked the corners. What's the next step? $44.75 free fall. If I do that though, I was thinking about it. I don't know. Maybe my brain is not thinking about it right. Should I try to draw it? Should we go to paint? I do want to have this discussion, but I don't know. Oh, Pezzy Rings coming in with the raid. Nice. Experiment with scrap wood. Yeah, I don't want to risk my my good wood. But Pezzy, how's it going today? Welcome in. How are you guys doing? Pezzy, what were you doing today? Were you working on some rings? Were you out in your shop, or were you playing some games? What was going on? Yeah, welcome in. Talking a tiny bit under 45. I just want to make sure I'm going the right direction, free fall. You know what I'm saying? If you are just joining, then welcome in. We are in the process of making some boxes. So this is a box that we started on yesterday. Sneeze. Okay, maybe I'm not going to sneeze. Lemony Fresh Punk, welcome in. Good to see you today. So yeah, this is the box that we're working on. It's cherry and walnuts. We cut off the lid today, cut in some splines and glued those in. So that is going to be the kind of the medium-sized box that we're working on. And then back here at the table saw, we were just cutting up some more pieces for a smaller jewelry box. So that's what we're up to today. But Pezzy, what were you doing? Engraving and cutting some acrylic, sanding a resin print, messing around. Wait, do you have a laser engraver too, Pezzy? What machines? I'm actually not sure. I know you've got like you've got a little lathe, right? But do you have a CNC or a laser? Combo square, you should have 45 gauge. Yeah, right, Saki. But Saki, do you think it's necessary to cut at a different angle than 45? I've heard the argument that, and maybe I think I'll talk to you about it too, Saki. But have a flux BMO, nice, Pezzy. Yeah, lasers are fun to mess with. I really enjoy mine. I need to use it more, but yeah, we just used our laser. You didn't see, we just made this box here. This is one we just finished up with last week and used our laser to inscribe a little message on the top there for some birthday cards. So yeah, that was how our first box ever turned out. So yeah, we're making one kind of similar to that, just a little bit smaller, kind of experimenting with some new things. So yeah, that's what we've been up to. Make a lot of other stuff here if this is your first time, but yeah, welcome to everybody. You want 45, but it's hard to be exactly precise. Better to err on the less side. So, do I still have this? This still oh, nice. We still have this scene. Where's my pen? Where's my drawing pen? I'm not a real artist without my pen. So I have 2 lathes, 2 filament printers, 2 resin printers, anodizer for titanium. Yo, let's go, Pezzy. That's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of I want all that stuff too. I mean, I do have some of it, but yeah. Gotta have all the toys. Gotta have all the toys. Okay, this is not going to be exact, but this is how I am thinking about this in my head. So on the corners, I think the point is to have the oh man. All right, this may be rough. Let's just draw this freehand. I don't have time for lines and technical stuff. But in the corners, right? Typically you have a 45 degree. Ideally, you would have a perfect 45 degree line right here, right? And they would match up perfect, and there would be no issue. Yo, average Ford disliker. Average Ford disliker. I think you and Chevy guy would get along really well. But yeah, welcome in, average Ford. Good to see you, bud. We're doing a little trying to visualize our attack right now. So we're talking about box corners and how to do them. But I think ideally, right, if you have to go one way, you would rather there be. I'm gonna dramatize it for ease, but I think if you had to have it anyway, you would want the corner out here to join, right? So you have a clean corner, and maybe have a little bit of a gap in the back, rather than the other way. That's what I'm thinking, right? That's the ideal situation, is to have the outside edge meet, but not necessarily the inside, right? And that's, if you have a gap that big, well, then you didn't cut it plus or minus a half a degree. You cut it plus or minus 10 degrees. But do you have an air fryer? That's a great question, App State. We live with our air fryer. I know nothing about Chevy, but I'm willing to learn. If you want perfect miters, make a shooting board with a miter attachment. And yeah, I mean, Saki, one day I do want to make one of those. So 3 kids and it gets used almost daily. Nice. So yes, you want it to be like that rather than the opposite, where the back meets and then the end. So in my brain, if we look at the table saw blade, right? If like this is my cast iron table saw top surface, right? And then we have the saw blade. We have the saw blade kind of going at roughly a 45 degree, right? And then we have our piece of wood here that we're cutting that also that will get cut to whatever angle that is, right? But you can either cut on the right side of the fence, or right side of the saw blade like I have it here, or the left side and cut it on that side of it, right? I think either way you're going to get the same cut, because at this point we've already established which side is the top and the back. Maybe it always is like that. Anyway, in my brain, is it not correct to have that situation we were just talking about earlier? Is it not correct that instead of only going to 45 degrees, ideally it would be 45 degrees, but to make this angle go back more, we need to rotate the saw blade past 45 degrees. Is that not right? Because I've heard a lot of people saying 44.7, 44.5, whatever it may be. But in this case, how we're cutting it here, does it not need to be 45.25 degrees? Is that not correct? Do we not need to rotate past 45 degrees, is what I'm saying. Make a perfect shooting board, easier said than done, yeah. Now I'm just going to steal Sasaki's whenever I go there. Is that not correct? Because I think if we rotated it back this way, we would get into the situation where the tip doesn't meet and the back does. That is advanced hand tool stuff, right? Right. But I think in order for me to do this, to make that angle where the point touches, the outside corner touches, but the inside may have a little bit of a gap. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to adjust the stop on the saw blade. Making accurate jigs is good practice. Yeah, Yeah, I would not probably be able to get within 1 degree on my first one, but we could try. We could try. I think I did pretty good on my on this one. I think I got pretty close to 45. I really tried to draw it out. And then whenever I put one on, tried to use a square to get this one 90 degrees from the other. So I don't know if there's like a great way. I could probably measure this somehow and see how true that is to 45, but yeah, I think I did decent on that one at least. Sounds good, Pezzy. Thanks so much for the raid. And yeah, enjoy your trip to the store. Many wood turners have gone insane trying to, yeah, I mean, I'm just outside of my league, App State. I've started to figure a little bit out about the lathe and have like a general understanding of how to do things on the lathe, but the table saw is brand new to me, so we're just trying to figure it out as we go. Ever so slightly past, yes. Right, free fall. But I think if you cut on the left side too, it's the exact same. Because on the right side, I cut with those grooves that we just made face down. On the left side, I would have to cut with the grooves face up, and I think you get the same angle either way. Unless my brain is thinking about it incorrectly. But I think the only way where you could get a different angle was if you had this side down on this side and that side down on the other side, but you're not going to be able to get grain matching like that. I just go for the good enough for government work approach and just eyeball it. That's normally what I do, Icy, and I like that line of thinking for a lot of things, but I'm trying to make some nice boxes that don't have gaps, that fit together nice and smooth, and are as nice as I can make them. They're never going to be perfect, but yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think about these things now, so maybe as we go forward, we'll be able to make some nicer boxes, maybe on our 20th or 50th box. How you doing today, Icy? Good to see you, buddy. Just drop a square in the jig, yeah. Yeah, we could do that. You guys want to see? Where is my big square? Okay. That's why you're better than me? I don't know about that, Icy. I don't know. I just have a lot of time to spend to try to figure this stuff out, so and this is how I enjoy spending my time, so and just sitting around thinking sometimes is kind of fun too. This is what I think about in my off time. Is how to make these things better. I mean, come on, that's pretty decent, right? I think we got pretty close. But it needs to be 45 relative to the table, right? That's kind of what I was thinking too, but that at least gives an idea on the on in between the two, right? You want to see a large segment of the wood on top of the blade, if that makes sense. You want the large segment of the wood on top of the blade. The large segment of the wood on top of the blade. Maybe. No. But this needs to be 45 to the table is what you were saying? Yeah, the angle gauge I zeroed on there. So what, do you just use this? You just use the combination square without the ruler? And then just hold this up? I guess you gotta try and find a space in between the teeth. I mean it looks really good. So yeah, I think it's pretty dang close. We've been getting decent joints. I wouldn't say we've been getting perfect joints, but maybe I just need to keep practicing. This may be where I'm just using a combination saw blade. This may be where a crosscut saw blade really helps, right? Prevent the tear out and all of that. So turns out geometry is a good thing to learn in high school. Yes. Yeah, I need a voice to, yeah, free fall. That's, I think a lot of times whenever Sasaki or other people are trying to explain things on chat, I know it's really difficult. I mean, whenever I try and explain things on chat, I know it can be difficult and or frustrating, but Yeah, I know. But free fall, thanks for trying. And if you want to have a conversation in Discord about it and use some diagrams or something, I'm down. Wanted to say waffle with fresh blackberries dinner. That is all. Nice, Colleen. I mean, I guess nice, but I'm sure your blackberries weren't fresh. I'm sure you cooked them for a while, but that's all right. That's all right, Colleen. I'm not gonna judge. It sounds delicious. Amen. Geometry was fun. I actually liked algebra and calculus way more than geometry. I don't know. Some of the geometry stuff just didn't quite click with me, or I don't know. Wasn't my favorite. Or you just buy one good combo blade? Yeah. True. True, but we're already this deep. My geometry teacher hated me, just saying. But then one side will have audio issues. Oh, yes, absolutely, Light. Are you trying to get in Discord? Pretty much guaranteed that one person at least is going to have audio issues. That we found that out last night. I kept asking him questions. He didn't like that. I did not cook them. Oh, Colleen. Oh, thank you. See that is even better. Ah, oh, thank you. I'm so relieved. I'm so relieved to know that no blackberries were harmed in the making of your pancakes. You didn't disrespect the fruit like that, like some other people just like to straight disrespect fruit. Calculus was fun. That's what I'm talking about, HMO. How you doing, buddy? Welcome in, HMO. Yeah, I liked algebra. I like calculus 1. Calculus 2 and differential equations, not so much, but calculus 1 was fun. All right, we're just gonna miter one side of all of these, and then we'll cut them down to length. Drink up. All right. One sec. Oh god, I just got scared that I did that on the wrong side, but we're good. Cutting with this blade tilted like this still kind of messes with my brain. I never made mitered cuts before making these boxes. Okay. Now we need to get serious about measuring and figuring out where to cut these. Yeah, you see this little look at this little tear out. And I think unfortunately I can only cut these. I feel like I get a lot less tear out on the inside. Like there's virtually no tear out here on the face that was down, but this part that's up, you can see a lot of little tear out. This one is not too bad, but on the cherry that I was cutting yesterday, I got a little worse tear out. So yeah, it's unfortunate. When's the last time I cleaned the combo blade? I don't think I've cleaned that one, but I've only been using it since the break triggered, so it's only been like a couple months maybe. Camera 3.
Camera 3.
But yeah, I probably should. But it's not too bad. I haven't cut too much resin on it to gum it up. Doing well today. I had to do a presentation for my research proposal. It was tiring. Also, PS is more fun with Mom being the head of math department. Yeah, that does help, HMO, for sure. Your geometry teacher was square upstate? God dang it. Dang it. No math jokes. No math jokes. Masking tape over the cut line will help with that. Yeah, maybe I should do that, Junk. Would a sacrificial piece? Maybe, but I'm a little worried about I want to be able to see it, too, is the only thing. What's up, Junk? How's it going, buddy? 80 tooth would help. Yeah, I think so. Free fall or like a better blade than that for cross cutting. Clean the blade by cutting a bar of soap. Easy. It's as easy as that, Icy. All we gotta do. Oh my goodness. I mean, you joke about that, Icy, but I mean, whenever you're cleaning out sandpaper, the rubber I don't know what that's called. It's kind of like a big eraser. That is actually pretty nice to use. And it's kind of like cutting through a bar of soap. So yeah. Sidewalls are going to be 4 inches. And these don't have to be perfect. Like, um, as long as they're the same. I think that's more important than these being perfect. So I'm going to sneak up to the line. Well, we're going to put a stop block right here. And we're going to clamp in the stop block. And then we're going to make both cuts. It will cut. Good. Home from work, but I got a remote in. So your stream is keeping me company. Dang it, Junk. Junk, I hope they're paying you really well for all the work you've been doing. They've been putting you through a lot of stress recently. I burnished the corners so that tear out you can't see anyways. Also use the blade lubricant on your saw blades after you clean it. Oh. I haven't used that stuff in a while, Saki. I got that blade coat. Yeah. Blade and bit lubricant. Yeah, I need to do that. I'm gonna leave this out over here so I actually remember to do that. It will kill. That's right. That's right, HMO. Hey GG, welcome back. I occasionally use oven cleaner on my blades, but don't let it sit too long, only necessary. Yeah, I've actually got some I use it for my router bits mostly, but I've got this bit and blade cleaner over here that I just need to use. So yeah, it typically works pretty well on router bits. Henry left just Tendon and Murphy. Ah, okay, GG. I've used purple power before when I was cutting greenwood. Purple power? Is that like I guess that's a cleaning solution? Is that like, what is that? There's some like purple, is that, it's got a Spanish name. Damn it, what's it called? I use oven cleaners for my bicycle. Nice. Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's a good degreaser, I'm sure, right? I use a citrus cleaner where you soak the blade and use a vibrating toothbrush to clean it. Ah. Ah. That's fancy. Yeah, I need to see because like with router bits, you can just put them in a cup of the liquid and just kind of let them sit in there and then brush it off with like a wire brush. But I haven't really. I guess I have cleaned my saw blade once, but it was really messy. But I need like a container. All right, let's be careful here. Okay, there's our sidewall. One of our sidewalls. So let's do the other one now. Purple Power is a non-chlorinated brake cleaner. Okay, gentle enough to use on wood. Oh, with a bit of water dilution. I see. Oh, so you actually applied it to the wood, Junk. You weren't doing anything to the blade. You were using it on the wood. Interesting. Welcome back, Tatum. Used to get cosmoline out of wood before. What is cosmoline? I've heard of that before, but I don't think I actually know what that is. Okay. Let me rewrite A on this. Cut off. Okay, 2 sides. Hubby wrenched his back at work, so I'm gonna go do his evening chores. Oh, sorry to hear that, Mouse. Hope he gets feeling better soon. Hope he'll be back before you get gone, but if I'm not, hope you all have a great night. Yeah, and have a great weekend, Mouse. Tonight's my last stream of the week, so I will have to catch you guys next week if I don't see y'all again. So, but yeah, have a good night, Mouse. Take care. Hope your husband feels better soon. Cosmoline is a grease preservative. Guns. Oh, junk. I did clean a gun that I think it came from Europe. And I cleaned one that had Cosmoline all over it. Yeah, that stuff is nasty. Yeah. 7 inches on the front and side walls. I mean, front and back walls, I mean. But yeah, Saki, I'll try that burnishing. I need to do it to that other box. I guess I'll do it after the splines. The splines are set up. And these don't have to be perfect if they're 6.9 inches instead of 7 inches or 7.1. It doesn't really matter. Dreadnought Boy, welcome in. Thank you for that follow. Good. Looks into the grain of the wood and takes forever to get out. Yeah. Yeah, this was like an SKS. So it had a lot of wood. It even had a bayonet on it. It was a sick gun. But I haven't shot it in a long time. Chat demands accuracy to a micron. I know you demand it, but you ain't gonna get it here, LiDAR. This is Boyd's good enough fab, not Boyd's perfect fab. You have to do it while the glue isn't cured. Oh, really? I guess the glue is gonna be too hard to. Yeah, I guess you need the soft wood to do that. Wait, so you do it before glue up, or you do it after glue up? So do you, Saki, are you saying like to put it all together, like even with the corner clamps, and then burnish the edges? Is that what you do, and then you glue up afterwards? A lot of older car parts were preserved in Cosmo. Not quite. Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember it took us I think it took us days to get all that shit out. Hate autocorrect. All right. At this point, I can read through most autocorrect. Stop block is definitely key to this procedure. Okay. So we should now have 4 walls that are all cut to length. Should be pretty much the same size. And yeah, we'll just need to trim up the top now. We've got our 4 walls, right? So let's just make the top and the bottom, which we already ripped down to size earlier. We just need to cut this piece of maple down now. Do it after the you do it after the glue set. Sometimes I don't need to, just if you see defects in the glue joints. Okay. I'll keep that in mind. Yeah, I need to. Hopefully, with this procedure here, we're going to be able to kind of nail down a little more of these little tricks and like not forget steps, right? Mosin Nagant and SKS. Do you have both of those, app? Nice. I've dealt with Cosmoline on a Mosin Nagant, and it's been used on some older electrical transformers. Wow. Does the job well. Yeah, keeping rust off the parts. Yeah, because I think the gun that we had was it was really old. I don't know if it was World War II or from some other battle, but It was really old, but still, still was perfect after a little cleanup. So we just did the crosscut length, long dimension of the lid bottom. I think that's step number 8 on there, on the side. Miter cut one side of each wall. We did that. Wait. Oh, crosscut length of lid and bottom. Okay, I did the sidewalls first. All right. So the lid and the bottom are going to be 6.5 inches each. 6.5. So we need to measure that. And mark a line. Where's my pencil? Only $80? Wow. 1943. That's crazy. A Mazin 2, yeah. It was heavy though. It was like pretty hefty wood. Yeah, all I know it by is an SKS. I don't know anything else. But it had the bayonet on the end that you could extend out. That was pretty sick. Yeah, this was like probably like 15, wait, maybe more than 15 years ago. Damn, I'm getting old. Damn. Yeah, we're getting up there, guys. Let's move our saw blade back to 90 degrees, though. That's the first step. I hate being able to say that shit was 15 years ago. It's not right. 15 years ago was still in the 90s, damn it. Actually, it was back in the 80s, was 15 years ago. That was not right. This is not right. What did I say? 7? 6.5. 6.5 inches here. This doesn't need to be perfect either. It just needs to not be too long. Okay. Let's move our miter gauge back to this side. And we can it's out here. Would be good. Math is hard, Tatum. It is. Thanks for the hydrate, Mitchell. In 2 days will be my 15-year mark from when I had my lovely stay on Paris Island. Yeah, it's not right. I'm still trying to cope that like almost 15 years. I think I will be 15 years out of high school. When the kids graduate next May. I'm I don't know. I'm many years out of college at this point. Not right. Guess it's just further proof that you got to live it up while you can, right? What is Paris Island though? Is that in Louisiana, Icy, or is that somewhere else? I don't actually know what that is. I know there's Paris, Texas, but I don't think that's what you're talking about. How do I do this? Right this way. That wasn't the best way to do that, but fine. Fine. All right, let's go test this out and see if it works. Marine Corps boot camp. Oh, wow. Same place as Full Metal Jacket. Oh, Icy. I hate to admit this, Icy, but allegedly, that's a big error.
404.
I haven't seen Full Metal Jacket. In full metal disclosure, I have not seen Full Metal Jacket. I'm sorry, but I'm sure that was very interesting. Icy, my my brother he's in the Air Force, but he's in the Special Forces in the Air Force, and he has been through some training too that, well, he won't really tell me about it, but I know that he's been through torture training before, so um yeah, if it was anything like that, or if it was a really difficult, maybe that's where, is that where you like is that where you qualify to become a Marine? 35th reunion was last week. Nice free fall. Class of 87 too. Oh, he probably did SEER. I think he did do SEER school, I see. Yeah, I think you're right about that. I think he did SEER school. But he's been in there, probably been in there like 7 or 8 years at this point now. Yeah, he is in the Tech P or J Tech. I don't know. They do like they call in the airstrikes and stuff on the ground. So that's his job. Y'all are just joining. That's the box from yesterday. And yeah, that's what we glued in some splines into. And let's try to see what we can do with this box. Let's see if it works. Kind of just full sense it, right? You don't look much like a steer to me, dang it, Tatum. Also known as advanced beatings. Oh no. I did not do a great job. These are not. Which one is closer to 6.5? Hopefully I didn't undersize too much. But yes, 1010. I cannot imagine what you guys have been through. Who have done that? That's wild. Let me go trim this one up just the hair. I mean, he tells me about some of the trainings he's going to now, and like, you know, he just went to one where he got like picked up from a helicopter, and they were all on a rope. There's like 10 of them on a rope, and they just got like picked up from a helicopter, and they got to be like, you know, picked up above like 100 feet above the tallest obstacle in the area. And he's really afraid of heights. I don't like heights either, so pick up a little more than that. Yeah, he said that was pretty intimidating. Or like going head first down a rope from a helicopter, all that shit. Saw Full Metal in theater. I was a smartass back then and got the holy hell beat out of me. Oh, Lidar was like, well, you can't really touch me. Like, yeah, but I can make you sit in push-up position and sit on the wall, do wall sits for the next 3 hours. And yeah, I can do that there, buddy. We'll see how smart you are. Oh man, my headphones are about to die. I forgot to charge them last night. Okay. Spy rig. Done that one. Hate heights. Yeah. No, heights are not my friend. Boyd loves heights. That's why he wants to skydive with me. Absolutely not, Saki. We're not doing any sort of skydiving. No, no, no. I went up to the, have you guys been into the Sears Tower in Chicago? It's not called Sears Tower anymore, but whatever it's called now. Willis Tower. It's still called that too. But I did that once. Walnut was like out there like sitting on the glass. Yeah, I don't know how many stories up you are. What are you like? Probably like 80 stories up, maybe even more. I don't know. But yeah, she was out there like sitting on the glass, hanging out. Like, hell no. Get me. I'm taking one picture out here and I'm getting back inside. I'm not standing on that glass anymore than I have to. So, yeah, whatever. Whatever that says about me, I don't care, but I freaking hated that feeling of standing on the glass. I actually don't, well, I like roller coasters a little more now, but whenever I was little, I was really terrified of them. So my dad like got me on them. I'm sure SEER wasn't fun, but it's usually not too bad for JTech, PJ Seals, all those dudes go through hell before SEER. Yeah, I can only imagine. Yeah, I don't want to know. Like I said, my brother doesn't tell me too much. He'll tell me a little bit of the stuff, but yeah, I think he's been through some hell. He's been through some like hellacious rucks, like where he's got like 100 pounds on his back or whatever, and they're just like rucking for hours and hours. He's he's been through a lot, I know. He's living a much different life than me. All I do is sit around and cut up some wood and hang out with you guys, but he's out there doing some freaking real work. Oh, look at this box, guys. I think the half inch is a little chonky for this, but it's all we got right now. But, I mean, not bad, right? Not bad. Thanks, Mitchell. Thank you. They can break 2 bones if they want in Seer? What? Oh no, they beat the shit out of you? 2 bones is the limit. It's like, all right, you're only at 1 bone broken right now. Let me start working on that leg a little bit. Dang, that's freaking brutal. There used to be a show. I don't know if it was on like Spike or what it was on, but there used to be a show where they, is it called Making the Cut? I can't remember. It was something like that we used to watch. And they would show like, you know, a lot of the like water training school. The water would be the worst to me. Like it seems like they want you to get as close as possible. Free fall, thank you for those 100 bits. I appreciate that. Thank you very much, buddy. They want to like hold you underwater as long as possible until you feel like you're drowning and then pull you back up. Like, no. And they're underwater like messing with you and stuff. Nope. Or they put you out in the ocean and you're just like out there tied up with everybody. That just seems really rough to me. I don't know. The grain matching looks better on this one. You'll take a look at the wrapping of the grain here. Gonna break, I think, at this corner, but on those sides there, that looks pretty good, right? Steer is usually bad for air crew and pilots who have only trained in air conditioning. I see. Yeah, they probably get exposed real quick. And our seams look pretty tight, right? But I guess hopefully with glue they stay that tight, but yeah, that's actually pretty nice. Don't say so myself. Putting up with us idiots isn't real work? Okay, you're right, Free Fall, you're right. Thank you. Thank you for that, Free Fall. They keep you underwater as long as possible and then just a little bit more. Yeah, that sounds like my biggest fear. No, thank you. What are we gonna do? I do need to sand this before I actually glue it up. Are we gonna sand on stream? We've only been going 4 hours. Puppies, how are you guys doing? I haven't heard from you guys in a while. Y'all aren't doing anything bad over there, huh? Walnut's not here to keep an eye on you guys. Like they're in there sleeping. My dad received the Bronze Star in Nam. One day I asked him what he did to receive it. He said, I saved a guy's life. Like, wow, whose life did you save? He said, my own. After my year was up, I got the hell out of there. Yeah, I can't imagine, App. Yeah, it's tough. It's really tough. I know that there's a lot of people who have seen horrendous things or been in like horrendous situations. And yeah, I can't imagine. I can't imagine living with some of that stuff. And like, I don't know. We typically have the conversation around like July 4th or New Year's and something. Like whenever fireworks are going off in like neighborhoods and stuff. I just think it's really inconsiderate. Like, if people want to be around fireworks, they can go like to fireworks show and stuff. But I don't know. Like, if people are sensitive to loud noises and bangs like that, and that brings back like really bad memories. That's like one small example, but I don't know. It's also a shame that we don't take care of our veterans whenever they come back home, and like the veterans don't get free health care for life, especially, you know, if you need it, whether it's a mental or a physical injury. Like, I really feel like, you know, you guys who are veterans or anybody should be taken care of, because you guys put your lives on the line for us. Why would we not give you insurance and help you out with housing or help you out with a job or things like that, right? I don't know. That's really messed up in my mind. All right, maybe we'll do a little bit of sanding. That didn't take too long yesterday, so I think we just kind of need to touch these up. I may not even use the orbital sander. These were already pre-sanded, so